Good day and welcome to the weekend news roundup on MPTV. I am Lukman Adelakin, taking you through the major headlines today. Benue State is witnessing growing tension following reports of increased movements of herdsmen and their cattle across several communities as the farming season begins. Residents in Katsina-Ala local government, Kwande, Gwel West, Agatu, Adoko, Ukum, Guma, Makodi, and Opoku local government areas allege that some areas are pressuring families to abandon ancestral farmlands, with violent confrontations reported in certain areas. Community leaders are calling on security agencies and government authorities to intervene urgently to safeguard lives, property, and agricultural activities amid rising fears of further escalation. On the international scene, main intelligence directorate of Ukraine has reported that 2 Nigerian nationals died during a drone strike in Luhansk region while serving with Russian forces. In a statement released on Thursday, the agency identified the deceased as Hamzat Kazim Kolawole and Mba Stephen Udoka, who were said to have been killed during an attempt to advance on Ukrainian positions in late November. According to the report, both men had signed contracts with the armed forces of Russia in the second half of 2025 and were attached to the 423rd Guards Motor Rifle Regiment. The development highlights growing concerns over the involvement of foreign nationals in the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, although Nigerian authorities are yet to issue an official response. Counsel to former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has accused security operatives of attempting to unlawfully arrest his client at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. In a statement dated February 12, 2026, lawyer Ubong Akpan alleged that the operatives moved against El-Rufai shortly after he arrived from Cairo aboard an Egypt Air flight. Akpan described the action as a violation of constitutional rights and due process, noting that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission had earlier sent an invitation to El-Rufai while he was already outside the country. According to him, the legal team had since December 2025 communicated with the commission, assuring that the former governor would honor the invitation upon his return, with a scheduled appearance fixed for February 16th. The lawyer further alleged that the operatives of the Department of State Services attempted to arrest El-Rufai without presenting a warrant or formal documentation and also seized his international passport at the airport. He said passengers and other airport users intervened during the incident, which he described as unlawful and an abuse of authority. As of the time of this report, security agencies are yet to officially respond to these allegations.
Listen, nobody, not even the president, will tell me I have to do anything. It's a free country. If you want a letter, if you want to invite me,
invite him and then he will.
Justice Obiora Egwuatu of the Federal High Court of Nigeria has accused himself from 2 cases filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission against former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. The judge announced his withdrawal in open court, citing personal reasons and the interest of justice shortly after a civil forfeiture suit involving 57 properties allegedly linked to Malami came up for mention. The matters were recently reassigned to him by the Chief Judge, John Soho, after earlier proceedings handled by Emeka Nwite during the court's vacation. According to the news agency of Nigeria, the cases will now be reassigned to another judge for continuation. Human rights activists Medi 006 has slammed Benue Deputy Governor Samuel Ode for failing to address the kidnapping of 9 worshippers in Otonku Ado local government area 6 days ago. The police have deployed tactical teams, but there is no update on the victims' release. Ado local government chairman Engineer Sonny Oche condemned the attack and assured residents that security measures are being enforced, while authorities continue searching the area. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released the official schedule for Nigeria's 2027 general elections. Presidential and National Assembly polls are set for February 20th, 2027, while governorship and state assembly elections will hold on March 6th, 2027. INEC Chairman Professor Josh Amukbiton disclosed the date at a press briefing in Abuja, noting that the timetable has been finalized despite delays in the passage of the amended Electoral Act. He added that some adjustments could occur depending on when the act is passed. The early announcement aims to give political parties, candidates, and voters sufficient time to prepare for a smooth, transparent, and credible electoral process. On entertainment news, Benue's own Wizzy Ben is set to drop his highly anticipated album, King from Benue. While the release date has not been announced, recent singles like Brotherly, and gemology are already making waves. Fans are urged to follow Wizzy Ben's official social media and streaming platforms like Apple Music and Deezer to stay updated and book cities for his upcoming tour. Are you ready for the king from Benue?
Spending naira when I bust a madisanga, they pay salama. I spending dollars, so they spending naira.
Nigerian music legend Innocent Idibia, popularly known as Tubaba, has addressed long-standing misconceptions about his personal life, insisting that he is not a womanizer, but a man who loves deeply. The African Queen Kuna made the clarification during an interview with Voice of Nigeria on Wednesday, speaking openly about fame, fatherhood, and the challenges of living under intense public scrutiny. On the misconceptions about his relationships, Tubaba said, "The biggest misconceptions about me is that I am a womanizer. I like women. I'm just straightforward, but I'm a lover boy. I love hard." For decades, the singer's personal life has been a focus of media attention. Yet, he claims the public narrative often overlooks the emotional depth behind his choices. On fatherhood and its challenges, a proud father of 8, Tubaba described his children as one of his greatest blessings. However, he admitted that balancing a thriving music career with parenting has been emotionally challenging. In his words, "I have 8 kids now. I feel blessed and happy, but the sadness comes from the fact that I haven't gotten to spend the type of time I should have spent with them collectively. It does something to me sometimes," he reflected. Through his candid remarks, Tubaba hopes to offer fans a clearer understanding of his life beyond the stage as a devoted father, passionate partner, and a man guided by love. John Joseph, an Abuja-based recording and performing gospel artist, is gaining attention for his inspirational sound and dedication to faith-driven music. Originally from Niger State, the prolific songwriter, worship leader, music arranger, and vocal coach has spent most of his life in music, combining instrumental skills with a passion for uplifting messages. His songs, including Confidence, In His Name, and Emaku, focuses on strengthening faith, boosting self-esteem, and promoting redemption. The singer continues to build his online presence through his Instagram and TikTok platforms at _JJ World, where he shares music and engages with fans. On the sports scene, Premier League club Arsenal dropped crucial points in the title race after being held 1-1 by Brentford, giving Manchester City a chance to close the gap at the top of the table. The Gunners currently lead with 57 points, while City sits 4 points behind on 53 points. In a closely contested match at the GTEC Stadium, Noni Madueke put Arsenal ahead in the 61st minute, only for Kane Lewis-Potter of Brentford to strike back 10 minutes later, leveling the score at 1-1. The draw halts Arsenal's momentum and keeps the title race wide open as both sides continue to battle for supremacy in the league. Arsenal will now look to bounce back in their next fixtures, while Manchester City will see this as an opportunity to narrow the gap and increase pressure on the league leaders. That's all we have on the weekend news roundup on Madapis TV today. My name remains Lukman Adelakin. Thank you for following through, and make sure to follow us across social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and also on our YouTube channel. Do subscribe to our channel and put on the bell icon so that when we put up any posts, you are the first to get the information. Do have a blessed time and be good citizens. Bye-bye.